Well, this is it, boys. We are surrounded, but not before taking out an incredible amount of enemy forces. I'll show you what this is in just a little bit, but basically, you know who is surrounded by you know who. The small PP forces have engaged Chadland, and it's not going to end so well for them here today. Let's go ahead and start engaging enemy targets. We have ourselves tanks in front of us, APCs and such. And it looks like here we have like BMP-2s and representatives of T-60s, more like T-72s, T-55s. So we can go ahead and engage a lot of these forces here. We'll go ahead and try to use combined arms as well. We'll go ahead and take a shot here on this APC. And we're going to continue to move northbound now, kind of using captured enemy equipment and supplies in order to keep our movements going. We're going to continue to engage the enemies in these positions here. There we go. Good shot, boys. All right, let's see if we can engage APC over here as well. A good hit. Another great hit. And a support strike from the APC. Excellent work. Armored Personnel Carrier doing a great job of combined tactics there. Oh. Moving those forces from the building there. They have no cover. That building's been destroyed by constant battles in the area. Right now we've already destroyed 28 different units. We're supposed to destroy 1,000, so you know we're not going to reach it. Liberate outposts of 6 as well. There's no way. We're completely surrounded. Enemies coming from every angle, northeast, southwest, against just 4 or 5 squads of friendly defenders. 3 infantry squads, an APC, and a tank versus 1,000. Yeah, imagine that. All right, enemy forces get their opportunity to counterattack. Enemy AT there will probably destroy that tank, unfortunately. That tank forced to retreat as infantry close in across the road. Friendly infantry there being forced to retreat as well. An interruption. And support from the APC. Excellent move. More enemy APCs moving in. Enemy tank striking hard on the buildings there. We've also been struck by rockets several times. You can see all the large holes here in the ground from each of the enemy rocket strikes as well. We'll have to get some reinforcements from friendly forces. Oh, there we are. Wow, how nice of the friendlies. The neighbors. Uh-oh. Well, here come the rockets again. We're going to have to disperse from our current defensive position and see if we can engage the enemy. It looks like they're about to hit that building there. We might actually do better inside of a building that's not destroyed than being out on the streets. Let's see here. We're deploying infantry tactics for this time around. We must capture that supply box. Let's move our infantry here. Target a unit with 1 action point. It gains 2 bonus action points and then end its turn. Let's go with that one. That seems to be currently the best. We're going to retreat here to this area. We've now gained 2 action points to attack the enemy. Absolutely obliterating that unit there. And we'll move down here for cover. Unfortunately, this building will get hit, but it's better than being out in the open. So we'll have to retake that position shortly. All right, we're now pushed up against the corner. Look at this. Each one of these markers are enemy units. These Wi-Fi markers here are like an enemy special unit, like a command unit that is incredibly tough to destroy. We've utilized special tactics so far to destroy those crippling shots that have been able to disable those vehicles and stop them from advancing, so they won't pass us. 13 turns in, 30 enemy units or enemy forces destroyed so far. Enemy is attempting to move some of these already crippled units. That's why they're not moving. Infantry closing in on us now. Those rockets are about to strike. High concentration on this eastern side of the map. Looks like the enemy will be striking some of their own friendly vehicles too. Unfortunate. A very high ranked enemy skilled unit coming in and doing a move and shoot. Wow, look at all the enemy units moving in. We're down to just 2 infantry squads. Tank is gone. APC is gone. Other modes allow us to use combined tactics, utilizing APCs, artillery, and infantry. In this case, we're using infantry tactics, which allows us to get 3 infantry squads. 3 infantry squads, a tank, and a APC that can give us support fire. Definitely want to try to destroy that unit ASAP. Destroying a unit there, very good. Both of these units now in cover. Let's end our turn. Being in Overwatch would be fantastic. That tank's going to be able to strike us with 2 heavy units moving in. We're okay, we're in heavy cover. One damage to that unit, very weakened now. More enemy units are closing in from the north. This is going to be interesting. Oh boy. If only we had some sort of a strafing run here or artillery. Oh, that'd be perfect. Forces forced to retreat there. The final stand in the eastern corner. Here they come. Man, look at all the units that we've destroyed. Incredible amounts of convoys and enemy equipment decimated by Ukrainian defenders. Look at them move in all their forces for the kill. Look at, they're still moving their units. All right, we have a chance here. Try to push north here and get whatever this is and see if we can bring them down. Enemy units won't be able to chase us. We'll be able to disable all their moves for this round. We might be able to stay out of their vision. Unlikely. Let's see what we can do. Enemy forces will not be able to move this turn. Alright, we're now in cover. Hold the line, boys. Alright, our units have quite a bit of action points. Doing damage to the enemy as they close in. Man, this is badass. Very tense. Look, the enemy gets so much time to move. They get so many units and so much time to move. I may as well leave the room and make a coffee at this point. Each of these could be an artillery piece or more than likely a tank, which our forces are able to block. Unfortunately, those heroes having to retreat. Well, little PP man's not going to be happy about this. Wow. Look at the number of enemies destroyed. Look at that glory. 107. 47 enemy infantry destroyed. 12 tanks, 20 APCs, 5 artillery pieces, 27 APCs, and 3 enemy special units. Not only are these destroyed, but these are also units that we've done damage to. They don't have to be completely knocked out, but they can be damaged severely and thus either be abandoned or whatnot. So, yeah, quite a game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an amazing game called Ukraine Defense Force Tactics. 100% of the proceeds of this game will be put towards Ukrainian, I guess, relief efforts and the war effort against the invading forces that you see on the right side. This game is kind of more like a roguelite or a roguelike game where you're going to be failing over and over and over again. The glory that we gained at the end of the last round can be used to invest in things like armored cars, APCs, artillery tanks, and infantry, which I've been saving most of my points for the different types of tactics that we can get. In this case, we have infantry that you just saw with the APC and the other infantry squads in the tank. Combined tactics, which you start with 2 infantry squads, a tank, and an artillery piece. And what we can get now is artillery tactics, which seem like they'll be absolutely devastating against enemy infantry. Now, the infantry tactics that we saw before were devastating against APCs and tanks, but the artillery is going to absolutely demolish all enemy infantry forces and light vehicles, that's for sure. Now, under each of these, it says that this is a long-range force with powerful artillery and a fast recon unit for support. On the left side, we see infantry assault force supported by BMP and some heavy armor. Great combination here with these units. If they're within 3 tiles of the APC, gets to lend support. But with artillery, we should be able to provide overwatch with the infantry being locked down in defensive positions and the armored car doing some scouting for the artillery pieces. So either we can be defensive or proactive in destroying the enemy. We're going to go ahead and unlock that. And all of our future glory now can go towards all of our army upgrades. So in this case, we can pretty much spend all of our glory on increasing the hit points of all of these units. So I'd probably start with something like the infantry. Ukrainian infantry is not something you want to mess with. Great AT capability, great anti-infantry ability, and also wonderful defensive ability inside of buildings. That's a really, really important unit. And armored cars are great for recon. This is great in conjunction with the APC with the infantry, and tanks and artillery work together against APCs, and artillery is great against APCs as well, and infantry. All right, let's go ahead and go with the artillery tactics. We'll give that a try. An incredible game that, Ukraine Defense Force Tactics is a charity project. All profits from the sale will go towards supporting Ukraine. So I thought this would be kind of more like a turret defense game that, I'd kind of forget very quickly, but I'm going to talk more about that in a second, just after our story. Sasha, look out. They're coming. Let's go, boys. Take what you can. Soon we will drink in Kiev. Wait. Take these seeds and put them in your pocket. What? Wow, look at, he's got a bullet in his helmet, and he's got his hand through a toilet lid. Nice. When you die, our land will at least some good will come out of it when a sunflower grows where you fall. It's stupid. There are 10 times as many of us than you. No problem. We have enough land to bury all of you. Sukabliet. Attack. And so it begins. Destroy the invaders. So yeah, we're more than likely going to fail. And I like the replayability of this where, it doesn't necessarily say where we are, but you could imagine that each and every single inch and square is an opportunity to delay the enemy and to buy us time for things like supplies that'll come in off map, which could then give us more RNG type, opportunities to stop the enemy with crippling shots and strafing strikes and artillery and whatnot. It is more about delaying the enemy to get the airborne supply drops that when we can capture those, like with the armored car here, the recon, then we'll be able to basically grab some stuff to really delay the enemy. Anyway, first things first, you know what it is. Artillery needs to be near the infantry, and the infantry need to be able to defend the artillery. So the artillery should be able to be proactive against spotting the enemy, and our armored car should be able to zip around and help us out by basically capturing anything. This is perfect. There's not really a lot of cover around for the enemy. Unfortunately, neither for us, too, when they finally destroy it. But we'll probably push south then once they do that, and we'll maybe go down and liberate the outpost. But our goal here is to liberate each one of these outposts. We have to hold all 6 for 1 turn in order to convert it to a Ukraine outpost. And then once we do that, the Ukrainian forces can move to the next one and the next one, but the enemy will probably try to recapture that. And so thus, because they outnumber us, as they said, 10-1, well, they're simply going to be everywhere and see everything. But we do have technology on our side and a hell of a lot of tenacity, and what a absolute group of champion Chad defenders. Let's go. So we're on Overwatch. We're waiting for them to come at us, bro. Come at me, bro. And as you can see, instant death. Good. Big damage against those enemy forces. It's more than likely a tank, and indeed it is. I knew it. I knew what they would do. All right. Well, we need to bring everything we can down on top of that tank. But we need to destroy that APC first. Enemy APC destroyed. Two damage, not bad. Another 3 damage. Excellent work, and we'll retreat. Enemy tank destroyed. We must give ground. We cannot be as tenacious as you think we can. We must eventually retreat and let the enemy have areas we can no longer hold, so that way we can set up new positions somewhere else and continuously kite them into our defensive positions. We cannot continue to hold the line forever. We should allow them to continue to chase us around the map as they continuously take losses for each advance. Units inside that building there blocking. Now eventually, as more and more turns go on too, the enemy will get more and more elite forces, and those elite forces will be able to, of course, destroy our positions and our troops much faster before they're forced to retreat. Alright, let's go ahead and fire on this position here. We'll allow the infantry to advance. Now, every time we capture one of these orange boxes, keep in mind that we get another attack point and we get more movement points too, so we can essentially lure the enemy into a chess move, or more like checkers, where we can eventually jump from piece to piece to piece to continuously do that and then move back towards the center of the board. There's really going to be no victory here, so it's more just like trying to cut down their forces time and time again. We're going to go ahead and hold here. I'm going to send out those troops to capture. Tactical reload. Target with unit at least 1 action point gains 2 bonus action points and end its turn. Create a smoke cover or an anti-tank position. I think we're going to go with, yes, the anti-tank position, and I'll show you why in just a moment. If we put an anti-tank trap here, the enemy will eventually not be able to move between the buildings here. Or actually, we could place one here. So now tanks will not be able to move through here. There's a building. Actually, they will be able to move through the trees. But that means that they'll have to go straight through the artillery, and that's perfect for us. Let's go ahead and retreat back real quick. And let's bring our artillery back into cover. Make sure it's well protected in the center. And our units enter Overwatch. Excellent. 2 damage taken. Damage taken as well. And the infantry doing a fantastic job. And the infantry able to block those shots. This will be a tank. Armored car. And there goes the enemy tank moving down this way. Actually, good news for us. They're close to the infantry, which is bad for them. Watch this. We're going to use the artillery to severely weaken that tank. We're going to attack their armored car. We're going to send in our own armored car to then capture supplies and finish out the enemy tank. Wow, this guy's out of control. And would you look at that, damn. A devastating combo on Russian forces. We can only hit for 1 there, unfortunately, but we might be able to push and hit again. Wow. What a great defensive position. All enemy forces in the area are eliminated. No other enemy presence to be seen, but of course you know they're going to come again. And again and again, it seems. Let's continue to hold. Now again, we need to buy time for those aircraft to come in. Wow, look at that. Now they're getting 5 reinforcements. Aircraft coming in right next to us. Great. Uh-oh. Not great. This will deal 1 damage to our units in the next turn. Well, we can prevent all enemies from acting this turn, which will help us to move out of the rocket strike areas and then move back into those areas, setting up our ambush again. A strafing run would be good too, and it can attack in a line all the way across, just like how you see these 5 up here. But it can go all the way across the screen, which is good if you line them up and roadblock them, but we'll disrupt their supply lines to buy time. Let's make absolutely sure we use that. Enemy will not be able to move this time around. Any of their units. We're going to make sure all of our units are out of areas where they could take damage. I believe they'll be okay inside the house, but I'm just going to move them out just to be sure. Regardless, our forces enter Overwatch. And the rocket strike hits hard. Forces back into cover. We're going to sneak up. Eliminate an enemy patrol there. Move down this way. We're going to scout out forces approaching from the south. I've got to say that from a tactical analysis, too, by the way, this game really reminds me a lot of... It looks to me like Breach, the game where you would command robots from long ago, mechs and such. And then it also reminds me a lot about a game known as Unity of Command with its tactics and such. Now, it's a lot lighter on some of the tactics for preparing and whatnot. And it doesn't seem like the turns will be as long, more of a roguelike game. But honestly, it's cool to see that your upgrades and such, and that you'll play again and again, that not only will your units get better by the upgrades that you get, but also your tactics by playing. So I've got to say this is incredibly unique, but yet very simple at the same time. But it's simple in the way that, like, for example, Vampire Survivors is simple as well, where it just seems like I want to play this again and again and again, no matter how things go, because a lot of the times RNG is more important than sometimes your tactics. You can set up a poor defense in a poor area of town, yet get some really fantastic supply drops and some really fantastic RNG on the damage that you cause to the enemy. So that's really a great thing. That was interesting. It looks like they fired a tank, even though that vehicle's an armored car. There must be an artillery piece somewhere. Alright, we can move out and resupply again with our forces. We can strike that car down there. Strike this car here. Oh, Ukrainian artillery, unstoppable. Enemy artillery piece there. That's what was causing the trouble for us. That's what was causing the trouble. All units on the battlefield gain 1 action point. Call on a strafing run. I think we'll go for that. We need to deal with these large numbers to give our artillery time to react. Alright, we can no longer attack that unit. We need to continue to attack it, though. Strafing run would destroy that. I think we should do it, otherwise they'll destroy our cover. Unfortunately, we also damaged that home there, but that's... I guess has to be a part of the plan. Let's go back to our Overwatch. Things are going incredibly well. I think more... I'm not as skilled with this game just yet, but I think my tactics have improved a little bit, but the RNG and getting lucky with some of the enemy movements being not so great is really good for us. The enemy's attacking with some pretty heavy tanks at the start and lost those pretty quickly, APCs and tanks, but now it's down to armored car and infantry, which is perfect targets. And not only that, but they're also bringing artillery to the field, which is no bueno for them. Oh, this is going to be a perfect move. Let's go ahead and finish off the armored car here. Finish off this APC here. Have our units move to the north. Go back to the south as they can. Actually, we'll have this. And we can't have that unit move, so. Oh, the hit and run tactics are so brutal. Exactly how the Finns operated in their defense. Exactly how the Swedes planned to defend as well. I would hope to say back in the day, but these tactics are probably still going to be utilized if and when. Let's hope that does not come to be. For the Russians' sake, right? Alright, those poor bastards. We got them they've surrounded us, and I feel really bad for them, the enemy. They've got us surrounded, and I feel so bad for the enemy. I don't. Okay. They're going to push again. We're probably going to go out there with the armored car again. We need those supply boxes. Alright, we're going to need to overwatch again. I need that supply, but there's 2 enemy units. I'm thinking one of them is a tank, and it's probably a skilled unit, too. Armored car. Armored car. Tank. APC, okay. Infantry, that should be easy to deal with. They're closing in again. They've taken incredible amounts of losses so far. The great thing here is that after this battle is over, we're going to have a great amount of glory or points for upgrade, and it's going to have to go all straight to the infantry because they've been able to just continuously move through areas and just continue to defend, as I've seen this time and time again. Unfortunate. A big mess up here with this tank. That's going to have to direct all of our we're going to have to direct all of our attention to that. Well, let's go down here. Deploy sandbags. Maximize units' damage for a turn. Deal 2 damage to a single target. Deals double damage if the target has at least 4 hit points. My god. We're going to be able to do 4 damage against that tank. Anti-tank missile on the way. Great that we got that. Make sure we engage this unit here. Wow. Absolutely devastating. Jeez, man. Alright, let's fire off that AT missile. 4 damage, beautiful. Artillery. And we'll let the infantry do some of the defensive work here. I'm going to protect our armored car, because I think it might be just... If I go down here, I think it's too much of a dice roll. We're going to have to take a hit with one of the APCs. And they can't fire through that, so they got to go through the infantry, and the infantry's on overwatch, so it could protect it. Let's see. They go this way, which they're probably going to do. Oh. Tier 3 infantry. Out in the open. Now, these infantry groups get to counterattack at the same time. They get to move and attack. So now we're starting to deal with much more elite forces. Very unfortunate. Not as bad as it could have been, though. Artillery taking some pretty heavy damage, but it's still with us, which means we could increase the amount of damage. There's no way we can win at this point. There's way too many enemy forces here. We have no reinforcements or whatnot. We're just still able to hold. Alright, let's zip up and get the supply. Smoke cover, crippling strike, or strafing run. Let's do a crippling strike. It'll stop particular enemy units from getting closer. Let's do it with this unit. That unit now will not be able to move for the rest of the match. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Let's see what's over here. Oh, no. Okay, well, that's gonna suck. Goodbye to this artillery piece. It's too valuable for them to not strike. The APC won't be able to move, but the infantry can. Interrupted out in the open and not very skilled. Being able to hit the enemy without any sort of repercussions from that artillery is beautiful. We're going to try to now start hitting armored targets with the artillery and let the infantry take care of other infantry. Uh-oh. Aircraft might come in this time alone. Oh, they're able to fire back. We're going to have to abandon this building here. There's nothing left for us there. Let's move in. Retreating to the southern section like we planned before. That unit can that can pursue too effectively. We're going to get the infantry to the other position for cover, and we're going to try to get the artillery out of there. Wow. Absolutely getting clapped, boys. Dear God, that's brutal. Oh my God. Wow. What do we have up here? Alright, well. It might be useful later with it destroyed. That was crippled from before, but if I need to move north, it's an opportunity to plan future moves. It allows us to return later in order to clap cheeks. Alright, let's fall in line around the defenses here. Now we're defending the southwestern section of where we just were. Elite infantry fighters in the south. We need an airdrop here. Artillery is insane. I like the, I think the bigger brain play is with the infantry, but the artillery is just like, it's more like thinking 7 chess moves ahead of the enemy. Oh, they're gonna hit rockets. Oh, this is horrible. They're gonna hit rockets right where we are. And this tank is here too, so we gotta go east. We gotta get this other enemy tank out of the way. Enemy tank here has to go. Ah, boy. Oh, he's hidden. Okay, so when an enemy tank... I didn't know this until now, but when an enemy tank is within the trees, artillery cannot strike them, so it must be a ground unit to directly fire upon them, such as this infantry. Or they have to be directly adjacent to it. That's a pain in the ass, man. Well, this vehicle has to go to save the day. Call in an artillery strike that does 2 damage. Excellent. Let's do just that. Oof. We'll have to move our armored car. Beautiful. Interesting that infantry can't move into the forests. Only tanks can. APCs cannot, artillery cannot, only tanks. Well, I think we're gonna have to try to lock in down here. Try to set up the artillery where the armored car is now, and try to keep the armored car in the north. If the Russians do not move their units or happen to move into a square, they're gonna hit their own position. Idiots. I can't believe the amount of destruction we've caused to their forces with just an armored car. The artillery are pretty damn good, but the hit-and-run tactics of that armored car and the ability to keep rolling through the confusion is very accurate in its own way. Oh, it's over. We're surrounded. We have to go out with a hell of a fight now. Let's pull back here. Really? Really? I can't get him where that tank was destroyed. Armored car is going to be shot at by the infantry, and that'll be destroyed. Damn, that artillery. And the area around here, too. Very tricky to maneuver around by the armored car. Absolute heroes, boys. Circle 7 or salute emote down below. No way they're going to let that armored car through. What? No frickin' way. No way. Oh no, it's a triple. Wait, he didn't attack? Oh, those heroes in that building drew all the fire. Absolute heroes. Now we're losing all the infantry now. Where the hell's our air support, man? We need more airdrops. We've got nothing. Oh, look at the forces just magically. Here we go. Great. Well, what do we do to cause the most pain? We take out some of the more elite units. We retreat. We continue to dish. That's an APC. Oh my god. Wilhelm scream! Did you hear the Wilhelm scream? That was totally it. Rocket strike. Call in a delayed rocket strike on a position that deals 6 damage. Oh, we'll never be able to hit him. Double the target unit's action points. Oh, hell yeah. Thank you. Oh my god. It's just gonna be nothing but tanks now. Artillery's down there alone. They're not gonna stand a chance. It's an F for the artillery before they're forced to retreat. Oh no. Armored cars out, boys. One unit here is going to circle down. One of these guys got to come within range. The amount of damage that we've caused, the amount of delays, the amount of pain, the amount of destruction to the enemy's advancing forces, the delays to their supply, the losses of elite troops, devastating. And clearly irreplaceable for them. They didn't have much of the elite stuff. It made a difference, but... Oh, look at the glory. Pour it on, baby. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I think every time that this calculates, I think it's each time you've destroyed a unit, every time that you play it just increases the glory. So no matter what, you're going to continue to increase. So this might be numbers from previous battles as well, but... 7 enemy artillery pieces, 17 tanks destroyed, 29 APCs, that's devastating, and 135 points. Oh yeah. So now, in Ukraine Defense Force tactics, we can go ahead and increase the power of our infantry, probably would be the best. And I'm going to save some more points just for the infantry because they're absolutely devastating. I want to do it with the armored car too, but yeah. So in this case, combined tactics is good. Infantry tactics is better, but damn. The artillery tactics absolutely blew me away. I want to be live streaming this one more because this is a phenomenal game. And if you haven't yet smashed the join button to become a member on the channel, make sure you do. You guys can support it like never before. You, of course, can subscribe for free, smash like for free to support game devs such as this. And, of course, the more likes, the more likely this will be seen in YouTube's algorithm. So spread the love over games such as this. That comes out sometime later in July. It'll also be on sale, too. I think this game is going to be $3, dude. $3. Yeah. 300 pennies for something this cool. Has a lot of replayability, and I hope it has a way to like completely wipe your progress so you can start over. It's a good time, man. It's a little bit chess, and I like it. A little bit checkers, a little bit roguelike. It's great. Anyway, thanks again for all your support. Let me know what you think of the game down below in the comments section. Let me know if you recognize some of the units, and let me know what you think about these types of games. I want to feature more on the channel. I'll see you all next time. Thank you very much for watching.